All right, Matt. Hey, we're here in your shack, and you're going to show us your gear here. So, if you wouldn't mind showing us, this is your primary station setup here. So, if you could, just kind of tell me what's going on here.
Sure. So I'll start off with the Gator case I got. Um, I wanted something slightly portable for field day, so it doesn't take forever to set up and things like that.
Right.
So I have all of my gear mounted in here. I got my Kenwood V71, Yaesu FT450D, MFJ tuner that I really only need to use on 75 and 30 meters.
Gotcha.
Wind gear for CW contesting, which is amazing. um,
Makes the job easier, right?
yeah, and a couple cheap speakers whenever I'm not doing CW.
So this is the one that you built.
Yeah.
Now this came out of a. Remind me where this came from. The idea.
It was out of a QST magazine. I think he's local to the Austin area.
Oh, really? So QST. That's right. QST mag. I think it was like one of the.
Might be K5LN.
Okay.
But I'll need to double check on that.
We'll look it up. Yeah, man, this is a fantastic setup. I really like it because, if you want to take this with you somewhere, you can. Or if not, you can leave it here at the, just as a regular base station. So.
Absolutely.
And you have tons of keys here for Morse code. What are all these? What's going on up here? Are these your primary go-to keys, or what is your primary go-to Morse code key?
My primary key is this German Junker DBGM
wow.
key.
That is awesome, dude. That is really neat.
Yeah, German precision. There's nothing like it. You can change the gap and the tension, and it clicks.
Uh-huh.
Infinitely adjustable.
Wow.
And it's got a good feel to it.
Now, you found that at a Hamfest, right?
Yeah, I got that from, I think his call is AB5IG.
Okay.
Out of Dallas. I can't remember his name.
Fantastic.
But he's there almost every Belton, and I saw him at Summerfest, and he's usually got a ton of keys, and I usually end up picking up at least one. I bought this one from him, and also this J45 sitting up here on the top here. So this is an interesting key. It's like a J38, except that it has a leaf spring instead of a like a coil spring.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And it's basically just a J37 with a leg brace, and that makes it
that is
J45.
Awesome, dude.
And it sits right there, and I do a lot of SKCC work with this key, and it's really comfortable. And one of these days when I get a mobile HF rig, this is going in the car.
That is too cool, man. So that's a J38, you said?
It's a J37.
J37, gotcha.
Slash J45.
Beautiful. Now this is a military key as well?
Not this particular one,
okay.
But they did use this in the military.
Okay. Very cool, man.
This one is my dad's J38 straight key with I guess you could say an aftermarket knob on it. I don't know where the original is. I put these on as a weight just to kind of keep it pretty solid on the desk.
Are those hard drive? What are those things?
Yeah, they are.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So my dad got this key back in, I believe, the 1960s.
Cool.
So
how long's your dad been a ham?
He was licensed at age 16 in 1961.
Very cool. And he kind of got you into CW over the years, I guess?
Well, not so much. He was inactive the entire time I was growing up. But I remember one Christmas when I was young, my parents got me one of these, I don't know, 100-something piece project kits.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a straight key in it. and that's what set everything in motion before I even, really got into radio. And this was...
That's awesome, man. It just takes a little bit to light that fire,
Yeah. And And I've seen this over the years sitting in a box in my parents' attic. So I've always had the spark, just not the drive to get into it. And I wasn't until I was 30 or 31 that I actually got licensed.
Hey, better late than never, man.
Yeah.
So what else you got here? What's this this big one back here?
So this is a Vibraplex bug that I put yet more computer hardware on. And this basically slows down the pendulum. I got it set about 15 words a minute.
Okay.
And all the DAWs are done manually, and the DITs are automatic.
Very cool.
And I got this one and the one down on top of the power supply at Belton from a ham in Leander, actually. WO5S. Floyd, I believe his name is. Really nice guy.
These things are just like, I don't know what it is about keys. It's like they're just like a work of art, man.
Yeah, that one is the Lightning Bug, and this one is the Champion.
Okay.
And I kind of prefer the Champion, but I don't have very much practice with it. I can get through a QSO with one of these, but it can be fatiguing at times.
Gotcha.
Just because I don't have the experience with it.
Gotcha. Matt, I just wanted to get a shot of your connection box up here, dude. This is really sweet.
Yeah, I need to get the rest of the equipment wired in for the meter. There's nothing plugged in there.
Okay, Matt, tell us what you've got going on back here.
So I have a fan dipole that is actually my second attempt at creating. It works a lot better when you have an antenna analyzer, trust me. So that's almost a must for one of these things. So the fan is a 80, 40, 20, and 10.
Okay.
And it's also somewhat resonant on 15 and 6. But I've discovered with the analyzer that it's within 2 to 1 on 160. I don't know how. It's using some combination of wires in there, but it works, and I've made contacts with that.
That's sweet, man.
Yeah, and
so you've got a 4-band fan dipole that works on 7 bands?
It works 160 through 6 meters, except for 30 and 75. So it's all cut for CW. I don't have to use a tuner, and it's perfect for contesting, and it gets out there really good. I have a 2-meter arrow, which is a little tilted right now. I need to fix that. Get the broomstick out.
That's okay.
And then an X50 over here. And between those two, I have a diplexer.
Okay.
And 2 meters is going out through the beam, pointed directly south. And then the X50 is for 440.
Beautiful little setup here, man. Nice and compact, and not too obtrusive.
Yeah, the yard it's only 40 feet by 60 feet. So
yeah, let's take a look around here at the yard that Matt is dealing with, guys. It's actually, this looks a little bit bigger than my yard at home.
Yeah, ignore the weeds.
So here, just take a look at this fan dipole here a little closer so you guys can see. You probably can't see the wires too well, But you see the 4 different bands there he's cut for.
And that's 2.5 sections of chain link top rail.
Okay, gotcha.
With, there's only one guy wire, but the other antenna elements kind of make up the other guys. Yeah, it's kind of disguised as a flagpole.
Is that him?
Mm-hmm. That's all there is to it.
Matt, what do we got going on here, man? I noticed these 2 receivers right here. Receivers, right?
Yeah, they're just receivers.
Okay.
This was my uncle's Helicopter's 8R40, and this is actually what got my dad interested in ham radio. Was listening on this thing.
That is awesome. What year do you know? Or roundabout?
I think it says either inside or somewhere.
That
It might
is
say underneath.
too cool. I don't know what it is about vintage equipment that just appeals to me for some reason.
I believe it's 1950s.
So that's the variable tune capacitor right there, right? That's
I
a big
believe
one.
so, yeah.
Yeah, 3 gang. Awesome.
I got new tubes for it too. Let's see. So this takes a little while to warm up, but you'll hear the sound start.
Start coming out.
Yeah. It's drifting a little bit.
Yeah, I can tell. As it warms up.
Yeah.
Alright, what is this little receiver right here? So this is an S38 Echo?
Yeah, so this, I haven't fired it up. I probably got to replace some paper caps inside.
Gotcha.
I got this from William, K5WET, a
Mhm.
good friend of mine. So I hope to have this operational at some point.
That's cool, man. Keep it, keep it going, keep it alive. Alright, and this is the K5TMT tower. KC0M. Gotcha.
And it's QRP.
Sounds really good for QRP. All right, Matt, so this is part of your ham shack number 2. What exactly is going on here?
So I guess I'll start from the bottom up. I have a repeater that I'm eventually going to get into operation. I got that from K5TMT. It's his old repeater. That's going to be on 440.
So that's a 440 megahertz repeater.
Yep, and then up top, or the next shelf up, is the All-Star node.
Okay.
So that's basically kind of similar to Echolink, but with better sound quality. And it's got a Raspberry Pi 3 B Plus and a MFJ switcher down here.
Okay.
And inside here is the Yuri X, which is a USB interface between the Pi and the radio.
Okay.
And up here with the cooling fan, because you can almost fry an egg if you don't have it, is the Elenco 435.
Okay.
That has a serial port in the back, which makes it really convenient for controlling that with the Pi.
Very nice.
And the antenna for that,
yeah.
My good friend W5SDC made this for me. It's called the Ugly Duck.
Ugly Duck.
And it's just there's a piece of coax in there, and it's tuned for my link frequency.
Gotcha. So just like a little coax stub stuck inside the PVC?
Exactly.
Very nice. Cool. And you said this provides range out several miles?
I can get about a mile and a half out of it, depending on the terrain.
Interesting.
I'm kind of in a valley down here, but to the north, it's kind of open land, so I can get up to Highway 29 with it.
Yeah.